If you've never done this, I'm going to encourage you as a project early in 2026 to find someone that you really admire, someone who has modeled for you some aspect of leadership that you want to learn more about. And whether it's a man or a woman who's you admire, find time to go talk to them. Tell them you want to talk to them about how they did, how they accomplished what they have accomplished. Now, you can tighten that question up a little bit, but I would encourage you to leave it as broad as possible. And here's what I'll guarantee you. You'll hear the same thing from every successful man or woman. There's an old statement out there that I've clung to over the years that says if there's something exciting going on, something that you're doing well, something you're modeling well, others will be drawn to it, and they will be. Same thing in business. If your company's doing something exciting, people will be drawn to it. But individually, find a leader that you admire, and I want you to ask them, how did you accomplish that? You're going to hear 5 things. They're going to all say it. I've done this too many times. It always comes back to the same 5 things. Number 1, they're going to start by saying, I didn't do it on my own. There'll be a spiritual emphasis in what they say. They may say, God just blessed me. God just gently guided me, or they'll use some terminology, but there will be a spiritual component. They recognize that they're not all-powerful, all-seeing. They recognize they're being gifted and guided. Number 2, they will say something about, and it'll sound like this, well, I've always tried to learn. Now, they may have formal education, they may have a lot of degrees, they may have a lot of titles, but they'll always say, I always tried to learn, never stopped learning. There's always an educational component. However, I got it through whatever I did to get better at what I did, but there's always that piece. Number 3, they'll always talk about relationships, that I just been best people in the world. I've had great people work with me, great people work for me. I've had mentors. I've had people come beside me. I've had people who followed me. They'll always talk about relationships. Number 4, they'll talk about, we call them values. I always tried to stick to those things that I knew, those principles. They may call them values. They may call them principles or rules, but I stuck to the things that I knew were right. And they knew what those were, and they stuck to them. And they'll always talk about that. And the last one, which we'll call it experience. They'll say, it's just doing it for a long period of time. But oftentimes you'll hear the word inserted luck, which is, people always say, well, how do I get lucky? Because a lot of successful people just say, I was just lucky. Just be in the right place, the right time, And I've often said when I've done these interviews or been asked about this, they say, well, how do you get lucky? And my response is, do the 4 things above. If you do those, that is experience, but that is, luck will be the outcome. And don't start with luck. Luck is an outcome. So think about spiritual, educational, relational, value, and experience. If you start with those 5 words and you take the first letter of each one and acrostic down through that, it spells the word serve. People who are successful, people who you admire, people who have accomplished great things in their careers are people who serve. And they do it through those 5 things. So take that challenge on this year. Look at the foundation spiritually in your life. Look to see if you've continued to learn. Look at those relationships. Those relationships are so valuable. And reevaluate, consider if you're living your values, and then continue to do it and continue to stay the course, and you'll be lucky. But at the end, what you want is someone coming to you saying, how did you do that? How did you accomplish what you've accomplished? That's the sign of someone who's done it well.